I've always been a light sleeper, but this night was different. It was the silence that woke me, not the comforting quiet of night, but an oppressive stillness, like the world had stopped breathing. My room was bathed in pale moonlight, and I immediately realized I couldn't move. I was wide awake, but my body was frozen. I tried to scream, but nothing came out. Then I saw it, by the window. A shadow of something, or someone was standing there. It was too thin to be human, its arms too long, its head tilted slightly as if it was studying me. I tried to convince myself it was a trick of the light, but then it moved. It didn't walk. It didn't glide. It just appeared closer. I could feel its gaze even though it had no eyes, and my chest tightened like I was being suffocated. Then it spoke, though its mouth didn't move. It was in my head. "I've been watching you." I couldn't blink. I couldn't look away. It got closer and closer until it was right next to my bed, leaning over me. Its face, or what should have been a face, was a black void. Just as it reached out, I woke up gasping. I haven't opened my curtains at night since. It started as a normal night. I fell asleep on the couch watching TV, some random horror movie I'd seen 100 times. But when I woke up, I couldn't move. My eyes darted around the room, and something felt off. The light from the TV was gone, but I could see faint shimmering strings hanging from the ceiling. At first, I thought it was a weird dream. Then I felt them attached to me. I could feel these invisible threads wrap around my wrists and ankles, pulling me upright like I was some kind of marionette. My arms jerked into strange positions, my legs bent unnaturally, and my body moved against my will. Then I saw it. In the corner of the room, a puppet. No, not a puppet, a thing pretending to be one. It was faceless, its body a patchwork of flesh and wood. It tilted its head at me, and though it had no eyes, I knew it was watching. I was forced to stand and move, my limbs bending grotesquely as it pulled my strings. I couldn't scream, couldn't stop it. And then it laughed, a low, mechanical laugh that echoed in my skull. I woke up in the same spot, my body aching. I don't watch horror movies anymore. Not after that. I'd been having nightmares all week, but that night was different. I woke up and immediately knew something was wrong. There was this weight on my chest, like someone was sitting on me. The room was pitch black, but I heard it, scratching. It started faint, like nails on fabric, then grew louder, more frantic. It was coming from under the bed. I wanted to scream, to run, but my body wouldn't move. Then my blanket shifted. A clawed hand crept out first, long bony fingers tipped with jagged nails. My heart was pounding so hard I thought it might burst. Then the head followed. It had no eyes, just hollow sockets, and its mouth was full of jagged teeth. It sniffed the air, its head jerking in quick, unnatural movements. When it looked at me, I felt my soul freeze. I was trapped, completely helpless, as it dragged its claws across my stomach, testing me like prey. Just as it opened its mouth to bite, I woke up gasping. I couldn't sleep in that bed for weeks. I'm not the type to scare easily, but this night was something else. I woke up around 3 a.m., and my bedroom door was open. I always close it before bed, always. I couldn't move, couldn't even turn my head, but I could see the hallway. There was a faint, flickering light, like a dying bulb, and then I heard the growl. It wasn't an animal. It was low, guttural, like something deep in its throat. And then I saw it, crawling on all fours, its limbs twisted and too long, its body jerking as if it didn't know how to move. It stopped in the doorway and turned its head toward me. Its face was pale, almost human but stretched, and its eyes glowed faintly in the darkness. I couldn't breathe as it crept closer, its claws scratching the floor. It reached the bed, its head tilting as if it was deciding what to do next. Then I woke up, shaking, but the door was still open. I lock it every night now. The mirror always gave me the creeps. It was an antique my grandmother left me, but it felt wrong. That night, I woke up staring at it. My reflection was there, but it wasn't me. It smiled. I wanted to look away, but I couldn't. The reflection lifted its hand, even though mine stayed still. Then it began to crawl out of the mirror, its face stretched, twisting into something monstrous, and its body jerked unnaturally as it climbed onto the floor. It came toward me, its grin growing wider with every step. I couldn't move, couldn't even close my eyes. Just as it reached the edge of my bed, I woke up. The mirror is covered now. I can't look at it.